And that is that. Norwich 2, Coventry 1. A brilliant game in the Championship tonight. Complete drama at Carrow Road. And Norwich have beaten league leaders Coventry. Norwich have been in fantastic form. That is 6 wins in 8. And they have come from behind to have quite a big say in the automatic promotion race. A really, really entertaining game with a massive, massive big match feel tonight. All of round 29 had been completed with a win for Middlesbrough, defeat for Ipswich. Middlesbrough had closed to within 3 points, and that is how it will stay. Middlesbrough can almost smell Coventry's coattails now. They have closed the gap up with those 4 straight wins, and Coventry's away woes continue. I believe we looked it up in the game. November the 25th at the Riverside at Middlesbrough was the last time Coventry won an away game. It was all set up tonight, and has the door been opened in the automatic promotion race, not just for Middlesbrough, but it would have been 11 points back to Ipswich in 3rd position. Ipswich now have a game in hand. They could close to 5 points if they can win that game in hand at Portsmouth, February the 3rd. We are right in the midst of a promotion run-in, and I am here for it. It was harem scarum the first 10 minutes. Completely frantic stuff. Both sides flying into tackles. Really, really entertaining watch if you're a neutral, although everybody in the chat seems to have a vested interest in this one at the top and indeed the bottom of the league table. I thought Norwich got control of it around the 10-minute mark. Had a couple of chances, couldn't make things count. Didn't have the quality in the final third. And I'm looking at it, 25 minutes in, Romain Esse commits a foul, goes in the book. And you're saying, oh, Esse's not quite in the game, he's gone in the book there. Then what happens? Minute 38, Coventry show their quality, and in a coin flip of the first half, the Sky Blues done what they've been doing for most of the season, played the margins and took the lead. Esse does really well. Huge speed over that first half a yard against McConville at the back. Opens it up on his left foot, drills the shot in on the near post. Coventry take the lead. It looks like a really, really big goal at that point in the promotion race. We go to half-time, 1-0 Coventry. Coin flip of a game. The Sky Blues playing it beautifully well. But straight after half-time, and Phil Clement makes a double sub. Wright and Diallo come in. We can't really give him credit for the goal because I'm not sure either player had even touched the ball at that point. But what we can give Norwich credit for is coming out like a train after half-time, and they immediately got that equalising goal. Absolutely key moment in the game. If Coventry could have just gone 5 minutes, 10 minutes, settled it down, got on the ball, things could have looked very, very different. It's really, really well worked. Ball slipped inside the fullback by Ali Ahmed, and he gets a bit of luck with the finish, Anis Ben Slimane, but the way he receives the ball, takes it round Rushworth. I think he deserves his luck. Kind of mishits the shot. You can see the replay. He's just trying to get anything on it as he's gone around the keeper. It kind of then goes behind. I think it goes behind Kitching, and then Thomas can't keep it out at the back there. And Norwich changed the game, but Coventry at 1-1 could have scored twice. There was one cleared off the line where Haji Wright goes in. It'll go down as a good save by Kovacevic. He gets, I think, goes through his legs, but he gets a bit of an ankle on it or something like that. Fisher, brilliant, clears it off the line. I think Mason Clark is breathing down his neck. He could have just played it off him, and it ends up in the back of the net if Mason Clark takes everything with him there. And then Mason Clark himself hits the bar. First look at that, I thought, oh, he's under the crossbar, he should score there. But he does really well with the header to try and control it, engineer it, stick it under the bar, slams it against the crossbar. And then Norwich score again. And I've got to say, the forward Makama in the number 9 position was absolutely outstanding in this game. He was an absolute animal playing against two very strong and aggressive Coventry defenders. Just loads of size, loads of power, loads of mobility, held the ball up well, and he had his fingerprints all over this goal. It's one of the substitutes as well. They win it back off a mistake by Kitching. Diallo goes down the right. He doesn't fire it across. So, it's either you put it in or you're done. He cuts it back. It goes behind. I think Makama makes the run into the box. But then Ahmed is arriving. One winger to the other. He controls the shot, takes a bit of a deflection off Bobby Thomas. And in it goes. And it is 2-1. And all of a sudden, Coventry are up to their necks in trouble. And 2-1 down. And have got to go for this and win it. Frank Lampard immediately throws in a couple more subs. His second window there. He puts in Yang. He puts in Sims. But Norwich managed it pretty well. I think when it was head it, kick it, Fisher, the fullback, was excellent. He ends up swapping sides. Amas, who was a left back at Sheffield Wednesday, comes in and plays on the right wing. Some really good head it, kick it stuff from McConville as it gets more and more stretched. But every time they cleared the ball, Norwich, up to Makama, he was an absolute brute, that bloke. And he worked those Coventry defenders to the bone all night and gave Norwich the outlet. And they managed to see it out. And it was a riveting game. And what I enjoyed most about it is both sides flew into tackles, flooded the box, attacked. And it was just a really, really good spectacle. Yeah, I've got 1.25 on the XG and 16 shots for Norwich. 1.61 and 15 shots for Coventry. It had that big game feel really all over it, didn't it? But Norwich have found a formula under Philippe Clement. 6 wins in 8. And we mentioned Ben Slimane and Ahmed. I think both of them have got like 4 or 5 goal contributions just this week. And that is a 9-point week for Norwich. So, look, Norwich are flying up the table under Philippe Clement. 3 wins in a row. Fair play. But let's talk about the automatic promotion race. And yes, Coventry are outstanding, exceptional at the CBS, but they are struggling away from home at the moment, Coventry. Middlesbrough within 3 points. They go to QPR at the weekend, Coventry. And then they're at home to Oxford, which they'll fancy as a 3-pointer. And then, so 3 games time, that'll be round 32, Coventry versus Middlesbrough. Get your popcorn out, everybody. That should be incredible. What a brilliant game. Huge big match feel. Brilliantly entertaining. Huge drama. You probably don't like the outcome if you're a Coventry fan. But it was a great watch tonight. Norwich 2, Coventry 1.